So February 14th, it's set to happen. Xander Zayas versus Slawa Spomer, fighter out of Germany, very good fighter. This guy's in his early 30s. It's probably the one of the toughest fights Xander Zayas has had so far. This is set to happen in Madison Square Garden on the undercard. On the co-main event of Keyshawn Davis versus Dennis Baranchik. That'll be a title fight. It's gonna happen on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Spomer is a guy who's 20-0, 11 knockouts, ranked number 10 in WBO, 32-year-old contender. And Xander Zayas, 20-0, 12 knockouts, number one contender in WBO. He's known as one of the best prospects. I don't know if he's a prospect right now, I said a contender, but he was known as one of the best prospects over the last 3 or 4 years. And Spomer, he's been beating undefeated fighters recently, putting himself in a position for a competitive fight against a guy who's ranked number 1, and he's ranked top 10 in the WBO. And this is going to be a very, very competitive fight. I feel like this card is going to be loaded, but Xander Zayas was facing guys like Damian Sosa, a lot of other people recently in last year. He had some competitive fights. He was trying to get a fight with Virgil Ortiz Jr. That he was interested in, but that wasn't something that was able to be made. It was kind of late in the game. And now they're trying to make this fight between Madrimov and Ortiz. So he's not going to be in line for this fight, but Dennis Baranchik, he'll be in the defense on that, his first title defense. So this is going to be a lot of eyes on this fight, a lot of ways to showcase their talent, especially Xander Zayas, as he did on the Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan card recently. That was the last time he fought. Very competitive fight. The card was excellent. I think Top Rank did a good job on that card. And if Xander Zayas can go out here and dominate this guy, he'll definitely be bringing a lot to the table as far as people knowing that he's here to stay. A lot of people's trying to see if he's going to slip or anything like that. He's making a lot of moves right now. He's not slowing down. I don't see him slowing down at all. He's getting better. One thing I am kind of iffy about is the size. This dude keeps growing. He keeps growing. He's getting more muscle every time he fights. He's kind of maturing early, which is a good thing. But then it's like, okay, he got to make a move at 54 immediately, because eventually I don't see him lasting no more than 12 to 18 months at 54, just because I know how everything goes. The body matures very fast, but he's going to make some moves early. I know Bob has some things up his sleeve when it comes to Xander Zayas. He doesn't want to rush him into a situation just because the division is going a certain way, but Xander Zayas feels like he's ready. And from what I've seen, he'll be able to slide in and do a lot of things. I don't see anybody going in and just completely dominating him without him putting up a fight. In any fight, I think he'll be competitive in any fight. So he's going to make sure that this division is going to be competitive, and a lot of guys are going to jump in the ring, because he's one of the youngest guys in the division who's a contender. I think he might be the youngest contender at 54. So everybody above him is kind of getting offended that he's calling them out and he wants to fight them, but they're not making any moves. So either you're going to move or he's going to pass you eventually. And I don't see Xander Zayas slowing down. I tried to warn people about that last year. I was like, I think this guy looks like he looks ready to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what the holdup is in situations, but he looks ready to me. And it seems like when guys get around his age group, whether it's Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, I can name a bunch of other fighters, people start to put some hype around them. Jared Anderson was one of the ones recently. People put a lot of hype around these guys when they get around 22. And I think Xander Zayas should be in that same position. But people know that he's a threat. He's a very good fighter. He is not an easy fighter to go in there with and try to compete with. The dude is a complete fighter. He jabs well, counter punches well, goes to the body, patient, doesn't try to go for a knockout every time. He respects every opponent. He prepares like he's in a championship fight all the time. He approaches every fight like a champion. And I think he will be a champion soon. That division is hard, though. That was a very tough division. But I think he will be a champion soon. And I think he will be able to change a lot of things as far as those middleweights. A lot of guys trying to come in and make a statement in those middleweights, but I think he's going to be one of those people that'll change things. This Slawa Spomer guy, he's pretty competitive. He's going to be good. He's going to be He's gonna have some good fundamentals in this fight. It's gonna show Xander Zayas a different look. Xander Zayas hasn't fought too many guys from Europe, like Spomer, so he's gonna be able to go in the ring and get a different look. This is gonna be able to put him in a position where he'll be able to grow, mature, and get a different look, just similar to what Boots Ennis had against Karen Chukazan. He's seen a different style, and it makes you better after you fight a style like that. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.